Hey guys, LevelCap here. Today is Monday, which means it's time for an episode of Loadout, the series where you guys, the viewers, get to pick a gun and customization for me to use. The way you do this is you leave a comment down below, letting me know what kind of weapon and accessories you'd like me to pick, and I will choose one of the top rated comments for the next episode. Today's top comment comes from Samuel McGreal. He says, the Bob Ross the Painter Loadout. Primary is the LSAT with a coyote red dot sight, magnifier, heavy barrel, stubby grip, and some green underbrush paint. Secondary is the shorty 12 gauge shotgun with a mini red dot sight, modified choke, and Aegean paint. Gadget 1 is the ammo box, which is going to be for your spare paint tools, of course. Gadget 2 is the ballistic shield, aka the paint palette. Then we have the M67 frag grenade and knife precision for small details. Hey LevelCap, it seems a professional painter has come back in the form of Twitch recently, and he seems to be racking up the viewers. I made this loadout in memory of Bob Ross, and it seems to work in both painting and on the battlefield. Use the LSAT for medium-sized brush strokes, and remember just to tap 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 to get that leaf effect on trees. A magnifier will help for minuscule detail, and the shorty can be used to cover large areas of the canvas in a hurry. Ammo boxes will help fellow painters if their brushes break, and the ballistic shield can take the force of some of the paint spills. Feel the joys of painting Kappa Ross. Now, in case you guys are unfamiliar with what's going on Twitch regarding Bob Ross and some of the new streaming opportunities, it's that Twitch has always been about streaming games, but now they're trying to promote people streaming their artistic and creative passions. So if you have some sort of awesome skill like painting or drawing or sculpting or building or whatever that can be live streamed and you can show it to the world, Twitch is encouraging you to do so now. And to inaugurate this new service, they Twitch streamed a whole bunch of Bob Ross painting. And if you're not familiar with Bob Ross, he is a painter that had a TV show that ran from the early 80s to the mid 90s, I believe. I used to watch it a bit when I was a kid, and I think they even still show reruns of it now. And he was very entertaining. He was very good at doing landscapes and just putting trees in there, and he had these funny sayings like, let's paint a happy little tree, and now let's give this happy tree a happy little friend, and there's no such thing as mistakes, only happy accidents. And he was just a very likable, charismatic guy, and I think it's awesome that Twitch showed a whole bunch of Bob Ross live streaming to promote this service. And I do recommend actually maybe Googling one of his painting videos because they're oddly addicting. You'll sit there and you'll be like, I'll just watch him paint a tree or something like that. And all of a sudden you're sitting there for like an hour while he finishes an entire oil painting. Now somehow Samuel McGreal has translated this into a Battlefield loadout. Very cleverly, I might add. What Battlefield has to do with painting, I don't know, but we're gonna try and make the best of it. So our main tool, our main brush here for our masterpiece of death is the LSAT. Shoots 650 rounds per minute. It's got a 100 round magazine. Not the highest damage output when it comes to machine guns, but it's accurate, so it's going to allow us to drop people at further ranges. Using a heavy barrel and stubby grip will allow us to decrease the spread of this weapon over time, so rather than becoming inaccurate very quickly, we're going to get quite a few rounds off that are going to still be accurate, and that can be really good with a slow rate of fire weapon. It means that we can shoot round after round after round, and many of them are going to hit on target even at further ranges, so this is actually a pretty decent way to run this weapon. The heavy barrel does add a bit of vertical recoil, but since this gun doesn't have very much to begin with, it is totally manageable. The coyote sight is going to give us a nice clean sight picture, very little visual obstruction, and then we have the 2x magnifier. I think I flipped it up once, tried it out, and was like, don't need it. I was fine just laser beaming people across the map just with the red dot sight. I'm totally comfortable with that, but if you need the extra magnification, then feel free to use a flip up sight. Now what I like about this loadout is the flexibility that it gives me. It allowed me to play through a whole bunch of rush rounds and never feel like I didn't have the appropriate weapon for the task at hand. I was able to drop people at long range, close quarters with the shorty shotgun if I needed to, but for the most part the LSAT was really doing everything that I needed from it, and I had plenty of ammo too from the ammo box. I didn't really use the riot shield. I think that gadget is pretty much useless. I mean, you can try it out, but all it's going to do is buy you a few more seconds to live while everybody figures out a way to kill you with a grenade or anything else. I mean, the riot shield just isn't very effective in Battlefield. It would be in smaller game modes, I imagine, but since there's so many players in your average game of Rush or Conquest, the riot shield just doesn't make a lot of sense. It'd be interesting if they took a Rainbow Six approach, allowing you to shoot from behind a riot shield with a sidearm without being able to aim down sights with it. I mean, that might break the Battlefield balance of things, but Rainbow Six is one of the few games where the riot shield is actually something that you want to use versus just avoid entirely. Now, with a combination of the latest patches allowing for higher tick rates in servers and also getting a new modem and router, I was getting a lot of packet loss. Time Warner Cable is a piece of junk for the most part. They sent me a crappy modem. So I was getting a lot of packet loss and it was really affecting my gameplay for a while. But now that I got a new modem and router and all the netcode patches have been implemented, I'm enjoying Battlefield 4 a lot more, and I feel much more capable with slower rate of fires like the LSAT. I mean, I'm not going to say it can compete with something like an MG4 and M249 in close quarters, but if you are a precision player, you've got the accuracy to back it up, this is a great weapon, especially if you can aim for the head, because it has the accuracy to back up your headshot aiming skills. And that's something that you might want to consciously start focusing on. I know a lot of players that just kind of play, they get comfortable with their controls, they're comfortable with their playstyle, and they just leave it at that and they never take their skills to the next level. Well, going for the head, making headshots count is not something that just happens over time on its own. You have to consciously make the decision to try and aim for the head more frequently. And it can be tricky in Battlefield if you like to switch up between lots of weapons, because some weapons just have so much recoil and not enough accuracy that it doesn't make a lot of sense to go for headshots. You want to just kind of aim center mass and let the bullets fall where they may, but when you have more precise weapons like an LSAT, you can modify your gameplay and your aiming style to aim more for the head, but this is a conscious decision. It has to be something that you're trying to do. It's not just going to come naturally. It's also one of those skills that can be slightly tainted if you like to play a whole bunch of other shooters, like Call of Duty doesn't give you anywhere near the headshot multiplier bonus, so there's very little reason to aim for the head in some other shooters out there. So Battlefield again requires a specific set of skills versus other shooters out there, and it can take a little while to get used to, but if you play enough Battlefield, if you use enough precision weapons, you can get used to aiming for the head and reducing your time to kill on most of your targets. And since the headshot multiplier is 2.13 now, it means if you get one headshot and 2 body shots in close quarters, you can reduce your time to kill to 3 shots, because you're doing 24.5 damage, which means that if you do 4 body shots, you're still not going to kill someone. They're going to have a few points of health left over, and you're going to need to hit them with 5 shots to get the full kill. But if you mix 1 headshot in there, at range anything helps. You're not going to get a precise amount of shots to down a target, but the more headshots you mix in there, the quicker it's going to go. And as you can see, playing defensively on Rush here, I am able to waste these people at long range before they even get close to the MCOM. So this is a great defensive weapon. It's decent offensively too. I mean, you're going to need to down people at longer ranges before you can push in anyway, but it's just nice stopping the threats before they even get within any sort of danger zone to me. I mean, at this range, pretty much my only threat are snipers or other people with weapons this accurate. And for the most part, people didn't really get close enough for me to switch over to that shorty shotgun. I mean, I think I got a kill or 2 with it, but if I got a full magazine with this thing, I'm probably going to try and kill most people at close medium range, and only if somebody's right in my face and I know they're there will I preemptively switch to the shorty and try and get that one-shot shorty kill. Now the offensive team is down to their last few tickets, and I'm going to help clean those up by long-ranging some people on the hills. I don't know what they're doing with this flank. They should be making a mad dash for the MCOM, but chances are they've already given up, and I'm able to get multiple extremely long-range kills with the LSAT, which is very, very satisfying. So that wraps it up for today's episode of Loadout. As always, guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave your comments down below for next week's episode, and I'll see you next time. This is LevelCap signing off.